Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you for being here with us. My name is Stelios. I'm the CEO of the Tesseract Academy. Please visit our website in case you've not visited our website yet. The Tesseract Academy's mission is to help decision makers implement and understand technology faster, easier, and better. Okay, so we help companies of all sizes, but we specialize primarily in startups and entrepreneurs. And our main focus in terms of technology is primarily AI, as well as Web3/blockchain. We operate through a network of experts, so we have people specializing in many different areas. Again, AI and blockchain is the main focus, but we also have people in product management, product development, project, data strategy, cryptography, fintech, DeFi, which we engage for workshops as well as consulting work if the need arises. I am the CEO. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you just search my name. I spent most of my career in data science and about half of my career in Web3, and I was one of the first researchers in the area of tokenomics. Besides the CEO of the Tesseract Academy, I'm also a published author with 2 books to my name. If you shoot me an email, I'm more than happy to share my books with you. They're both about data science, but written in a way that any person, especially a decision maker, can understand how to use data science and AI. And I'm also affiliated with London Business School, Cambridge University, and UCL. And here are some of the testimonials of individuals we've worked with in the past. And here are some of the companies, ranging from smaller companies all the way to the US Navy and Vodafone. We are one of the very few educational providers and consulting companies in the world that offer a course in tokenomics. And I will also share this link on the chat for any of you who have not joined the course yet. And I'm very happy to have here with us the designer of this course, Dr. Hala Faisal, who's the head of the economics department at the Lebanese University and a senior economics lecturer. She's going to talk today about tokenomics and about this course. This course is completely free. So if you want to know more about this subject, just join. I'm going to share the link in the chat. And if you need help with your tokenomics, we also provide services in this area. Just feel free to reach out to me directly. I will be more than happy to help you. So now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Dr. Faisal, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. So this is Hala Faisal. I'm a tokenomics expert, and I'm the head of the economics department at the Lebanese University. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the world of the economy of tokens through an introduction to tokenomics course presented to you by the Tesseract Academy. So let's start together. I'm going to share my screen. And okay. Okay, so basically, let's start by learning why tokenomics is a crucial component of many blockchain projects. So you always listen or always hear that the tokenomics of a crypto project have a significant role in its success. But what does that phrase actually mean? Well, tokenomics actually aims to create a valuable crypto token that can compete in this crowded market. And the technology of blockchain, the evolution of blockchain and smart contracts have made it easy for anyone to create a token with just a few lines of code. So basically, tokenomics rules are created by blockchain projects around their tokens to promote or prevent particular user actions. This is basically comparable to how a central bank issues money and executes monetary policies to promote or discourage spending, lending, saving, and money movements. Because I know that there's lots of you with this economic background that most of you are coming from that business background or even computer science. So I'm trying to compare how a central bank issues money and executes monetary policies to promote some actions with the world of tokenomics, and how does it go with the technology of blockchain. So let's start with why we should learn tokenomics. First of all, let me define tokenomics. Tokenomics is a blend of the word token and economics. It's a catch-all term for the characteristics that provide a certain cryptocurrency value and appeal to investors. So this covers everything from a token's quantity and issuance methods to aspects like its utility. And utility is very important aspect of tokenomics. So as you can see here, tokenomics is a mainly crucial component of many blockchain projects because it assures that this project has a long-term and successful business models where sustainability is going to be addressed here in this course. This can be accomplished by using economic incentives and disincentives. Blockchain and token economies, basically, they offer the opportunity to close this physical and digital gap between our increasingly interconnected physical and virtual worlds. So you're probably asking yourself, what should I know in order to be learning economics? What should my background be? Do I need to be an expert in Web3? Need to be expert in economics? So basically, I'm going to answer your question here by referring to these three topics. So if you have the preliminary knowledge about the basics of economics, and you're just eager to know about the crypto economies, how is it built, what does it do, what value it adds, and why does it matter? If you are willing also to make a short-term commitment, because learning is a short-term journey, it's a short-term, funny and interesting journey. So you're willing to go for this learning journey, then you will be able to build basically a secure career in this field. And you're about to experience a rising tide that will basically be lifting all boats. And basically coming into the benefits of learning tokenomics, so you'll be able to lift your existing career and position yourself in the market as level 1 tokenomics analyst and consultant, because there are level 2 and level 3 and some advanced courses on tokenomics that we hope to be providing it to you at a later stage. You will be able to find a job in token economies ecosystem if you're willing to seek employment in the blockchain sector as a non-developer, because some of the people are non-developers and they're looking to learn more about blockchain technology and this token economy. Even if you're willing to elevate your existing career to the decentralized future of business, well, the future is coming and sooner than we think. So that's the right time to learn about tokenomics. So basically, what's the token economy? It's somehow like, if I want to make it simpler, it's basically a digital analogy to the interaction of parties and entities in the real world based on tokens as the so-quantifiable units governed by mathematics. There are some simple and advanced level of mathematics and secured by cryptography. So if I want to give the tokenomics a more wider definition, I can see that blockchain technology is the skeleton, and the token economy, I can describe it as the nerve, muscle, and veins. So you can see the foundation of the system's long-term viability is token economics. So here I came into some of the history of the Web3. You all know that it started with Web 1, then Web 2, Web 3. Web 1, it was when we used to call it the participative social web. Then we came into Web 2. It was when the activities like social media, online banking, and shopping were viable by adding the capability to interact. You go into the social media, like, comment, and share, and create content. And Web 3 is the read, write, and execute web. So we've probably heard a lot about Web 3, but very little people know the precise definition of Web 3. So Web 3 is where value is created. And basically, it was basically used the first term in 2014 by Gavin Wood, the co-founder of Ethereum. And since then, it began to acquire traction in 2021, basically as a result of the growth of blockchain technology. And we started hearing about Web3 when the expansion of NFT markets, the venture capital investment, and the persistent calls to limit the influence of this big technology. So Web3 basically is going to be the next version of the internet. It's the fundamental concept of which revolves around decentralization, token-based economies, user and ownership. So the ownership factor is basically a huge component of Web3. It is a decentralized version of the internet of the future where users own content. So see the concept of ownership in Web3. So every human being should value how Web3 respects users as partners. Next here in the course as well, I explained some economics versus tokenomics concepts. Again, because some of you have economics background, and you're probably asking yourself, okay, so is it an economics termed tokenomics, or does it have the same principles? Let me explain this briefly for you here. I'm gonna give you an example. If you can see that, if you can ask yourself some predictive goals, that was our main goal in economics. We can predict, we are basically predicting goals. However, token economics is more about designing these goals. So if you ask yourself, given the desired outcome, what rules should we create? It's about designing the courses. And tokenomics is still in its early stages, so we can add lots to this new field. Lots of economics can come and say, okay, we can work tokenomics this way, we can design goals this way. We're just learning the basics and the principles so that we can move forward with this new field. More than that, let me move forward to the basics of token economy. So tokens, as mentioned, may be issued by blockchain developers in an ICO. An ICO is the initial coin offering or other similar offerings. A detailed explanation of ICO is mentioned in the course as well. Here we also have some different types of tokens. You've probably heard about these types. You've heard about layer 1 tokens, or the so-called L1 or L2 tokens, utility tokens, security tokens, payment and stable coins. All of these are very well explained in the course. NFT, this huge basically topic that's causing lots of hype in the world of Web3, are very well explained in the course as well. In the course, we differentiated between the non-fungible tokens and the fungible tokens. And coming into the, I gave some examples of the NFTs. And what are the tokens used for? Why do we use token? Or what's the utility of the token? Or why do I need to hold a token? So these are some of the tokens' utility. We can use them for governance. We can have access to services. We can do payments using these tokens, yield farming, transaction fees as well, and many other functions of tokens. Here we also covered the topic of differentiating between coins and tokens, because this is some misleading topic. Lots of people still find it somehow difficult to differentiate between these two topics. The most important difference between these both is that cryptocurrency coins are built into the blockchain. However, cryptocurrency tokens are built on top of a blockchain, on top of an existing blockchain. That's why we call the tokens a layer 2 technology. However, coins are the layer 1 technology. It is also, it serves as money, as the normal function of money. Both of them are unit of accounting. Both of them are medium of exchange. Both of them are digital. However, crypto is a digital currency. However, token is a digital asset. I gave here examples as well. Examples of coin like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and tokens are lots. There are lots of tokens out there. One of them is the Tron, Bytom, and lots of tokens existing on the blockchain. So here I gave some examples in the course as well. I gave detailed examples of good tokenomics. Why is it good? And I gave some of the good valuation in terms of tokenomics measures. So why do we think that this is a good tokenomics structure? The others are bad. One of the examples I gave in the course, Ethereum, and you've probably, most of you heard about the merge that was executed on September 15th, 2022, that caused a huge hype on the net, and most were listing the good effects, especially on the environment of the Ethereum merge. I also gave the example of bad tokenomics and why lots of tokenomics project failed. You've probably heard about the Terra Luna, the latest project, FTX, and etc. So I gave some examples that might be beneficial for you to understand, because tokenomics is not about communicating theories to you. It's about communicating some examples to see, to evaluate the good and the bad measures of tokenomics. We also covered in the course the sustainability of tokenomics. Me as a tokenomics expert, I don't feel like I build an elegant tokenomics. It's not about building something elegant, something good to communicate to the audience. It's about building a sustainable model instead, because you see lots of projects are failing. Let's say what happens to a tokenomics project 5 to 6 to 7 years from now. So that's why we're asking about the sustainability of tokenomics, because if blockchain projects are to become mainstream, the issue of sustainability must be addressed. And there are lots of blockchain projects existing that are based on an unsustainable tokenomics model that will sooner or later collapse. So coming into the final tips, I mentioned that it is not necessarily to build a complex tokenomics model, because a simple one is still successful. The aim here is not to complicate things. The most important feature of a tokenomics, to be a tokenomics good expert or specialist, is that your project must make sense. So when the tokenomics project makes sense, it will attract investors. It will create value for investors. Actually, not only investors, all the stakeholders. Even it should make value to the founders, the developers, the users, the investors, etc. So this is one of the main features that makes your tokenomics project successful. And again, there are lots of tokenomics projects out there. If you can have access to some of the white papers that have and still have defaults. And the tokenomics field is going to improve by checking some of the measures on how to actually evaluate these defaults. And last but not least, the tokenomics of a project, of any blockchain project, does not stand alone. Well, it actually stands with an actual business that has to deliver a product or a service to generate income. So tokenomics needs to be good, it needs to be successful, but it actually does not stand alone. It works in parallel with other measures in the project. So basically, this is a brief overview of what you're going to see in the introduction to a tokenomics course, Web3 for entrepreneurs. I'm ready to hear your questions now, and thank you for listening. And the questions and answers can be addressed now by you.
Perfect. Thank you. That was a very good summary. I think we already have our first question. Arne is asking, can you provide 1 to 2 current real-life examples where tokens are being used and solve a day-to-day problem? I guess, yeah, we probably have to think of some. projects. Most of my work is in DeFi, but I can think of examples of securitization. I don't know whether you'd like to answer this, Hala.
Can you provide 1 to 2 current real-life examples where tokens are being used and solve a day-to-day problem? Well, that's a perfect question, because if a project or if a token created doesn't solve a problem, then why to create a token? You know, there are lots of projects that do not need or do not necessitate creation of a token. Although they have tokens, they created tokens. So probably when you want to start and create a token, you have to ask yourself, why do we need a token? How will the users be using the token? What is the added value of this token? And basically, what is the action approach? Action approach is what actors are going to do with this token. So there are lots of real-life examples that are, some of them are given in the course. I'm not sure if you have registered the course to listen to these examples, but there are lots of examples you can see. Basically, one of the examples, I'm currently working around a tokenomics project that creates fan tokens to a very famous sports team. These fan tokens are meant to increase the engagement of the fans. So these can mainly solve the problem of poor connections between the team and its fan base all over the world. So these fan tokens are meant to create engagement, vote on the team racing decisions. They are meant to basically gain rewards, fan rewards, or even engage in community rewards. They are also meant to be participating, fans are participating in the decisions of the team. Fans might also learn how to sit. They can also sit for the academy provided from this team and learn how what are the basics of this sports from their best drivers. And so you can see, I'm trying to tell you that if a fan has no real usage and real purpose, it's useless to issue. That's why it is very important to ask yourself the questions I mentioned in the beginning. Why do I need a token? What's the purpose of the token? And what is the actors approach to create a tokenomics model?
Perfect.
So what else?
There's another question relating to governance.
Do you have some best tokenomics practices for a token that's being created primarily for a governance of a blockchain-based project? Basically, so what do you mean by governance of a blockchain-based project exactly? Can you say it in another way?
Hey, so yeah, the question was from me.
Okay.
So governance, as in, you know, the primary utility of the token is so that the community or the people who are involved in the project, whoever owns the token, the primary utility is to kind of vote on, you know, how the project is run. So essentially,
Well,
it's like a governance token. Similar to ENS, let's say, the ENS tokens in Ethereum.
Yes, utility can be not only for, there are lots of utilities that can be provided by tokens. That's why I mentioned in the course the types of utilities and the types of tokens. So basically, it's there are one of the main and the well-known tokens is utility tokens, but there are others like payment tokens, like security tokens, like DeFi tokens, and NFTs as well. So basically, I mentioned in the course as well some tokenomics practice for the governance tokens, if this was your question. So you can get back to course to take such examples as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Another very interesting question. Do you need to use fiat currencies to create value for your tokens? And do you think in the future you will need fiat as an on-ramp? Interesting question.
Yeah. Do you think in the future you won't need fiat as on the on-ramp? Well, I think it's based on the country. It's based on the rules and regulations that the countries put into the implementation all around the crypto. But I won't think that fiat currencies will diminish at all. From my own experience, I think we're still far away from this option. But as soon as the regulators create the needed regulations on how to use the token, on some of the watch outs on the token, some of the regulatory aspects, the future will definitely be revolving around the tokens. And again, it's according to the country's adoption, the government adoption of the token, and if it's mainly going to train its public employees on how to use tokens, change its systems from a centralized to, let's say, blockchain, decentralized systems. So basically, fiat currencies are not going to diminish very soon, but they're going to move in parallel. Basically, this is what will be going on in the near future. Anything
Perfect.
else? Let me
Thank you,
see.
Hala. Yeah, any other questions? I also shared the link to the course for anyone who's interested in joining. It's 100% free. And we're very happy to help you if you need help with your tokenomics.
So one last thing, I'm very happy to see all of these people looking forward to learning tokenomics. This course tries to simplify things as much as possible. Whatever your background was, if you just have if you're just have the passion about learning tokenomics, you will definitely understand all the topics, titles, and concepts defined. This course tries to define each and every concept alone. I defined the ICOs, the smart contracts, the what are the utility tokens, their types, the pricing methods. I tried to be let's say accurate in providing the definitions, especially for the people who miss the needed background. But as long as you're passionate, learning is an awesome journey.
Perfect. And before we go, I think we have one last question from Patrick.
What should be the key considerations to select the right blockchain? You mean the right blockchain to build on tokens, if that's what you mean? This is mainly we can consider what's the difference between blockchain. Layer one blockchains. This is mainly a good question. We need, actually, we as tokenomics experts need to research it further, because there are some technical aspects that differ among blockchains. So I think some of the engineers, blockchain engineers, if we have around here some blockchain engineers, will be able to answer this question.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very complicated problem, right? And there are always like new Ethereum killers popping out. I think this is something that needs to be investigated on project by project basis. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, but I think the more reliable the blockchain is, the more reliable the tokens built on it. Like if you're building over on Ethereum, your tokens will be with some more reliability, more secure. I guess someone has answered this. Yes, it depends on the goal of the project. If you're after security, speed, and reliability. Exactly. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Thank you, Ayuda.
Perfect comment. Perfect. Amazing. Anyone else? Well, if there's nothing else, then a round of applause for Dr. Faisal. Thank you for the great presentation. As I mentioned, make sure to join our course. Most of our content and most of our courses are 100% free. And if you need help with your tokenomics, or if you need a free copy of my book, feel free to send an email to this email in the chat. And we hope to see you on some other of our events. We hold regular events actually in a couple of weeks from now. We also have a panel around tokenomics and Web3, and Dr. Faisal will also be on this panel, along with myself and two other experts. And we'll be more than happy to see you there. So thank you, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.